books and classics, and I am done with Against the Day. I said I was going to finish it by last year, and I did. I finished 368 pages in 4 days. So, I mean, it's doable. Nothing to really brag about. But this book is excellent. It's hard to talk about because there's so many characters in it. And he ties things up very well in the end. He introduces a new character at part 4, titled Against the Day. Part 5 is Rue du Depart. But he introduces a new character, this Scipion, a male homosexual transvestite who gets in a three-way with one of the macho brothers from the Western story in Colorado, who is hooked up with Yasmin, who was the geek mathematical student of one of the professors in, I think, Austria, Germany. And the sex scene, the wild sex scene, is on page 815 through 817. I'm tempted to read it, but I'll read something else where the chums of chance come back. They're the guys flying in the Zeppelin, the balloon that's as big as an aircraft carrier with a crew and all that on it. They come back, and that's one of my favorite vignettes or themes or stories in the novel, because they end up flying through the sun. Okay, and this is all explained mathematically in here. The detective story returns as well with and Tesla, and somehow they can. The detective is trying to find out who did this or discover the technique. They can take photographs and go back into the past or future of a person, or currently to what they're doing, so they can spy on people with photographs. There are intelligent beetles, insects, with souls, and that can communicate. Pugnance, the dog on Chums of Chance, who communicates. He gets a partner, a female dog, who communicates. Now, check out this part about the Earth. This is just one paragraph on page 1020. The corollary Chick had worked out long ago, being that each star and planet we can see in the sky is but the reflection of our single Earth along a different Minkowskian space-time track. Travel to other worlds is therefore travel to alternate versions of the same Earth. And if going up is like going north, with the common variable being cold, the analogous direction in time by the second law of thermodynamics ought to be from past to future in the direction of increasing entropy. And entropy is something that Pynchon mentions in quite a few of his books. Further on, they just flew through the sun using perfect, it's just amazing. But then he'll come back with Chums of Chance. It was like their harmonica marching band days all over again. He has a section here about their harmonica marching band. That's and being a harp player, I love that part. So, what else can I say? World War I finishes to a conclusion, and he just ties up things very, very well. I'm just going to leave it at that, short and sweet. I thoroughly enjoyed this novel, and so much so, I was going to save Mason and Dixon for Marching Mammoths, but I'm going to jump right into this. I've read this 20 years ago and remember very little about it. Now, at the same time, I'm also going to finish up Mark Nash's Three Dreams in the Key of G. This is a hard book. It is. I wouldn't say it's big, but it's hard. It's very complicated, and I've been giving it the time it deserves. This is going to be a reread. This will be my first reread of the year, Homeboy. It's he won a lot of awards. The Seth Morgan guy. He's dead. He got killed on his motorcycle in New Orleans, but he was a phenom. And this is about the Tenderloin in San Francisco, down and dirty, prostitutes, hustlers. It's a novel, but a literary descendant of William Burroughs and Henry Miller, Morgan writes with the picturesque authority of a Joycean Hell's Angel, the New York Times Book Review. Now, this was published in 1990, and I think I've read this book. This was probably my third read. So anyway, at that, I'll bid you adieu.